Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2022 NFL mock draft video. Today, I'm going to break down the Indianapolis Colts and what they could do with the 42nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Now, if you're new here, it's your first time here, I just got to ask you, do you like football? Are you a draft junkie? Because if so, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, join the growing community of draft junkies and football fans that want to follow football 365 days out of the year. Now, what do the Indianapolis Colts do at pick number 42? Just recently, the Colts signed Stephon Gilmore in free agency, and they traded earlier for Yannick Ngakoue, who reunites with new defensive coordinator Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley takes over from Matt Eberflus, who took the head coaching job in Chicago. Gus Bradley from the Raiders runs a very similar defensive scheme to what Eberflus does. I think there's going to be almost no problems in the transition. I think really the scheme's almost identical. It's probably just more a terminology than anything else. Last year's first round pick, Kwity Paye and Ngakoue on the outside. If I'm a Colts fan, I'm really excited about these defensive ends because I can tell you as a Chiefs fan, Ngakoue was a monster for the Raiders last year. Personally, when I look at this Colts team, I'm ruling out defense completely at 42. Personally, if I'm the Colts going into this draft, I'm going all in on offense. Now, no disrespect to Matt Pryor, who's slated to be a starting left tackle for the Indianapolis Colts, but when I look at the Colts, their number one priority has to be left tackle. And Matt Ryan's not a mobile dude. Keeping him upright has to be the Colts' number one priority as of right now. Now, if I'm the Indianapolis Colts, I either try to trade up or trade for a starting caliber left tackle. Now, in my mock draft, there are no trades, but I fully expect the Colts to make a move for a left tackle or trade up to try to get a left tackle. But at 42, there's not a starting caliber left tackle on that I see available in this mock draft. Now, in my previous video where I talked about the Bears at 39, I mentioned Christian Watson and Jahan Dotson as viable options for the Bears. Well, picks 40 and 41 are owned by the Seattle Seahawks. Now, they have been rumored to be interested in trading DK Metcalf, but as of now, DK Metcalf is still at the Seattle Seahawks, so I would rule out wide receiver completely for the Seahawks. So either Christian Watson or Jahan Dotson would be a nice option here at 42. And out of those two players, Jahan Dotson would fit in this offensive scheme perfectly. This is a guy who would be probably a day one starter in the slot, has some speed, really good hands, can run a lot of different routes. Perfect fit for this style of offense. And that could be the pick. However, I see somebody else in this draft that might help a little more. With the 42nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Smith, offensive lineman out of Tulsa. Now, I don't think Tyler Smith plays tackle in the NFL, but if the Indianapolis Colts think he can play left tackle, boom, he becomes your day one starter left tackle. Personally, I think Tyler Smith ends up being a plug-and-play player at right guard for the Colts day one. I think he becomes day one starter on the offensive line, but at right guard, not left tackle. His size and athleticism will help both the running game and the passing game instantly. Now, I do have Jahan Dotson as a higher rated player. The thing is, though, Matt Ryan enters his 15th year in the NFL, and if I'm the Colts, I'm going to do everything possible to keep my future Hall of Fame quarterback upright. So that's why I take a guy with Pro Bowl potential on the offensive line versus a stud slot wide receiver like Jahan Dotson. But that's my opinion. That's what I think. Colts fans, I really want to hear from you. What do you think? Drop a comment below, and hey, let's talk football. Now, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Like the video and ring the bell. That way you're notified every time I come out with a new video. Now, next up is the San Francisco 49ers and what they could do at the 61st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. So I will see you again very soon.